Shifting focus now to Maharashtra, where there is a lot of unease, or at least there was a lot of unease as far as cabinet portfolios went after a third entrant came to power. That was Ajit Pawar's NCP. Now we're learning that the cabinet expansion is expected to happen in the next 2 to 3 days. 48 to 72 hours is when the cabinet expansion could happen. A compromise formula has been reached between Eknath Shinde's camp and between Ajit Pawar's camp on which leader gets which berth, who gets what portfolios and what share both those parties are going to get. All of that has already been ironed out. Now we're learning is that Shinde camp sources are telling us that this expansion is at the moment stuck on one particular issue, and that is about Ajit Pawar being adamant on getting either the finance portfolio or the home portfolio, both of which currently lie with Deputy Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis. That's the big breaking that we are getting to you as far as the cabinet expansion and the Game of Thrones and the developments, the political activity that we've seen in Maharashtra all through the last 2 weeks. Mayuresh, my colleague, getting us more details. Mayuresh, there seems to be some sort of compromise that has been reached between all three camps, but Ajit Pawar wanting the finance portfolio seems to be the one sticking point that neither side wants to budge on.
Absolutely, because the finance portfolio right now is with Devendra Fadnavis, and also home portfolio is with Devendra Fadnavis. So Ajit Pawar is basically eyeing on one of the portfolios, whether it is finance, whether it is home or urban development. And if you talk about urban development, that portfolio is right now with Maharashtra CM. So both, when the meeting happened last night, we have been given to understand Ajit Pawar has made it clear that either of this one portfolio I should need, because these are the important portfolios. But both Deputy CM of Maharashtra, that is Devendra Fadnavis, and GM of Maharashtra, Eknath Shinde, are trying their level best to convince Ajit Pawar to basically go for a portfolios like energy and a portfolio like excise, or the other portfolios which are kind of a critical portfolio. If you talk about the energy portfolio or the revenue portfolio for that matter, they are of the high importance, but they are kind of a critical portfolio. And right now all efforts have been made from the Maharashtra CM side that Ajit Pawar will get convinced for these two particular portfolios. But it would be interesting to see whether what exactly happened, who blinks first. That kind of a situation has arisen, whether Maharashtra CM basically get convinced by Ajit Pawar to give him portfolios which he is demanding, or whether Ajit Pawar gets convinced by Maharashtra CM and Devendra Fadnavis the portfolios which they want him to take up. That needs to be seen. But that one thing is sure, that if the cabinet expansion has to happen, it has to happen within next few days only, because from Monday the assembly session will be starting, and ministers, that is the opinion of the aspirant ministers who are basically keeping very close eye on this particular development. They are saying that we should at least get some time to understand the department and also understand the issues related to the department, because whenever the question hour will come, MLAs will or have already submitted their question, and we need to answer those questions.
Absolutely. We're now learning that at least 10 ministers are likely to be inducted. Mayuresh, are we going to be seeing 5 from Eknath Shinde's camp and 5 from Ajit Pawar's camp? Is that the formula that has been decided between the three partners?
Absolutely. The sources have indicated that there are 14 cabinet seats right now, but remaining, because the overall situation of, or we can say overall composition of Maharashtra cabinet is of 43. But we have been given to understand that there could be a chance that 5 from Shirsat and 5 from BJP will take oath, since NCP has just joined, and 9 NCP MLAs or the leaders, including Ajit Pawar, have just taken the oath. So to pacify the Shirsat camp also, because if you remember, it's been 1 year, the Shirsat MLAs who basically switched their party from Shirsat to Eknath Shinde, they are still waiting for the cabinet expansion. They were expecting that just 9 days back when the cabinet expansion happened, that they will take oath, but it didn't happen. It was NCP who basically came into the entire picture. So it would be interesting to see that who all these 10 cabinet ministers who will be taking oath.
Yes. Mayuresh, do stay on with me. I'll come back to you for more details. But Clyde Crasto of the NCP of Sharad Pawar's camp now joining us on this broadcast. Thank you so much for speaking with us, Mr. Crasto, here on CNN News 18. How do you look at this? We are seeing cabinet expansion that is expected to happen, but it keeps getting stuck on the portfolios that Ajit Pawar wants for himself, which is finance and home.
There are a lot of issues to this. Initially, they were, kind of holding back the cabinet expansion because obviously there were some tricks in the bag by the BJP. Mr. Devendra Fadnavis was trying to get in Mr. Ajit Pawar into their camp. So they were dealing it further. There was unrest among the BJP and the Eknath Shinde camp. Now you hear 9 people from Ajit Pawar camp have been sworn in. So obviously, there's going to be some sort of tension within the BJP and within the Eknath Shinde camp because they were all expecting to get some ministerial berths. You have to remember one thing, it's not just the MLAs who are given a raw deal here. It's also the cadre from both the camps. At some point, they were also expecting to get some sort of, committees in the government formation and everything. Now, they are also sidelined. So there will be unrest, there will be voices that will come out. People from the, Shinde camp are already talking, the MLAs are talking. Somewhere in a hushed tones, the BJP MLAs are also talking. Now the cadre is going to start talking. Tension is brewing in both the camps, and they're going to have a lot of trouble. Take it from me, this is going to start showing signs of a crack within the Eknath Shinde camp and the BJP because they feel betrayed by the leaders for the lust of power. All these people, the cadre, the MLAs, were betrayed by leaders from both the BJP and the Eknath Shinde camp.
Sure, but Mr. Prasto, do you think this is going to be advantage? You remember just a few days ago as well, members from your camp have been saying that a lot of people who went with Ajit Pawar, a lot of MLAs are likely to come back because they feel defrauded by what exactly has happened. The kind of expectation that the Sharad Pawar camp had about how many would come back, that really hasn't fructified, has it? Now, do you think that's perhaps going to happen once this cabinet expansion happens?
Wait for, a lot of things are going to happen now. There are a lot of those people who went there with Mr. Ajit Pawar, did not know exactly what was happening. So they ended up going there, and now they've realized that they are in the wrong side of the, party. So they're all coming back, and with all this tension brewing, believe me, there'll be very few people left in the Ajit Pawar camp, and there'll be a lot of people coming back to Mr. Sharad Pawar.
Sure. Sure, Mr. Prasto, thank you so much for speaking with us here on CNN News 18.